Good morning students, welcome to day 12. Up to last class we studied totally about DNA. Okay. This introduction of DNA, discovery of all these things, because the chapter was started from the discovery of nucleic acid. We have two types of nucleic acid, DNA and RNA, all these things, and up to now we learned, that is structure of DNA, model of DNA, duplex model of DNA, how DNA replicates itself and produces two daughter molecules of its own, that we studied in the last class only, and what it is made up of, that is chemical composition of DNA, nucleotides, nucleoside, what is that is ribose sugar, deoxyribose sugar, phosphate charge of DNA. These are all things we studied up to now. Okay, so today's class, okay, is a start of nothing but RNA studies. That is, RNA studies nothing but the activities which are related to RNA. Okay, so this will start by the heading actually protein synthesis, but in your book it is given as transcription. Okay, transcription, translation finally gives the formation of protein, and hence this heading you can give as protein synthesis. Okay, so up to now we learned that is DNA producing DNA. Here in the transcription process or in the protein synthesis process, DNA produces RNA. You know already we studied in the difference between DNA and RNA. The function of DNA we studied, that is function of DNA is heterocatalytic also and autocatalytic. Auto means it is producing its own molecule, same molecule. It is calling as, that is replication of DNA. When it produces a different molecule nothing but RNA. Okay. That process we call as, that is heterocatalytic synthesis, you can call. Here we are going to study today, that is heterocatalytic nature of DNA process transcription, in which DNA produces RNA. Okay. So coming to introduction, protein synthesis. You know already from the start day or first day we are telling that is totally our genetic information, transfers from one generation to other generation, and example is simple one. We look like our parents, that is mostly similar to our parents. That may be the color of our skin, or color of our hair, color of our, that is eyes, like that, or that straight hairs, curly hairs. If a parent is having the curly hair, the offsprings will have the curly hairs, like that. So what are the reasons behind that one? You know already DNA transfers this information from the parent to offspring. It transfers the information in which form? That is genes and DNA. You know, DNA or chromosomes are transferred. But those chromosomes which are nothing but bundle of DNA thread, that DNA express itself in the form of protein. Remember that DNA express itself in the form of protein. Our whole body made up of protein only, totally. And that is its skin color, that is hair color, eye color, like that. Our total look or appearance, what we look like, totally that is depend upon the protein. Okay. So the protein is formed by the action of DNA. Behind this type of nature, which type of protein is formed, that responsible thing is type of DNA only. So here how the DNA is going to express itself, that we are going to study in this heading. Okay. So protein synthesis. First listen, these all activities, remember we are studying just these all activities in a nucleus. You know already DNA or chromosome found in nucleus, so don't get confused that it is occurring somewhere in random places. All these things, not like that. We are studying just a cell, in the cell again in the nucleus. I told in the first class only, nucleus contains nucleic acids. Nucleic acids are found in nucleus only, that is DNA, RNA. So this process, that may be DNA replication again in the nucleus, and this protein synthesis also in nucleus only. So protein synthesis, the first step is transcription. First remember the definition as it is given in the NCERT. Okay, what is the definition? Transcription, nothing but it is the copying of, okay, or copy, making the copy of. It is copying the genetic information which is present in the DNA. That is, I will write here short, copying genetic information from one strand of DNA, one strand of DNA copying into what? Into RNA. Into RNA. These lines are important. One strand and RNA. Okay. Remember definition: copying genetic information from one strand of DNA, into what? That information copied into RNA. That process is termed as transcription. Remember, I told earlier also, DNA producing RNA is called transcription. From RNA what we get? Protein. That is called translation. Later we will see. So here one strand is important and that is into RNA. Remember, DNA is having two strands. What happens during replication? DNA's both strands, the two strands of DNA undergo replication, both act as template. Just we studied, that is in the last class. Okay, both the strands are engaged in the replication process. Here in transcription, only one strand undergoes transcription. Means only one strand act as template. Terms are important again. It will be easy to understand if you remember the term. There in the replication, both the strands were acting as template. Here in transcription, only one strand that acts as template. Again, that too, a segment of that strand, not the whole one strand. Here again, only one strand is engaged, and not that is only again completely one strand. It is only one segment in that one strand is going to, that is transcribe. Transcribe means transcription, and by transcription finally it will produce a RNA that we call mRNA. We will study in detail again types of RNA: mRNA, tRNA, rRNA. Here M stands for messenger RNA. Okay, it means, for example, this is DNA. Here it is a information ATGC, and its complementary strand is here. That is two strands of DNA are there. A, that is T, A, C, G. These are the complementary base pairing. On this strand, for example, it is acting as template. This RNA is produced. It means RNA, in RNA, what is absent? That is thymine is absent. Instead of thymine, what is present? Uracil. And here it will be here uracil, and here adenine, and then cytosine, guanine. Like this, a RNA is going to form from what? On a DNA strand, that is which is acting as template. Now the information present on DNA is copied into a strand, that is into RNA. Which RNA? mRNA, because information means message is received from this DNA and this RNA, hence we are calling as messenger RNA, because it is getting the information from that DNA and it is receiving the message, hence we are calling as mRNA. Okay, let us discuss few concepts about this transcription. Okay, now the question comes, when only one strand is engaged in transcription, in one strand again one segment I told you. Now which is that segment? That is the question again. Okay, that segment we can call as transcription unit. Now how it is going to identify as which part is acting as transcription unit? That is again important. Transcription unit. First, coming to transcription unit, it is a, I will write here, segment in DNA having three regions or points or portion. Three regions in a DNA strand in a particular segment. That segment we are calling as transcription unit. Transcription unit is nothing like a area where transcription occurs. Now, three regions. First region, that is a promoter. This is again a 2-mark question. Okay, this is a 2-mark question for theory, that is one. 2 marks. That is, second point is structural gene. What is gene? A fragment of DNA is called gene. Okay. Third, terminator. Terminator. Promoter means just to start, initiate. Terminator means just to stop, like that. So this segment, that is a transcription unit, comprises 3 parts. That is a terminator, a structural gene part, and a terminator. And this whole structure is called transcription unit. Transcription unit. Okay. Now here, in this transcription unit, transcription takes place. That is synthesis of what? Synthesis of mRNA takes place. How it is going to synthesize now? Here again engaged one enzyme called, also we discussed yesterday, DNA dependent RNA polymerase. Which enzyme it is? DNA dependent RNA polymerase. This enzyme is involved in the synthesis of mRNA. I shortly explained here just before how mRNA copying its information from DNA. Okay. Now, so DNA dependent RNA polymerase. This mRNA, or sorry, this RNA polymerase enzyme, first it recognizes the site. Which site? It is the site where transcription starts. It is a site where transcription starts. You know, in DNA replication, ORI site we discussed yesterday, where helicase binds and starts replication. Like the same here, RNA polymerase binds and starts transcription. And this is the part where RNA is copied. And this is the part in transcription unit where copying of RNA, that is transcription process, stops. So RNA polymerase. Now how RNA polymerase binds to a particular promoter site means how RNA polymerase is able to recognize this particular exact site of DNA. Let us see. Okay. Before going to process transcription, here a structure is given. This structure is nothing but transcription unit. What are 3 parts in the transcription unit? Promoter, structural gene, regulator. Okay. Sorry, it is terminator. Terminator gene part. Terminator means to stop, terminating, like that. Now here, you know already DNA having double stranded. What I told you? Copying of genetic information from one strand of DNA into what? RNA. So here, the strand which produces mRNA, that we consider as template, and the strand which is not going to produce or which is not involved in transcription process is called coding strand. Now, which one will act as template, that we study here. Something is again interesting here. Which strands act as template? Important, RNA polymerase enzyme polymerizes, means what? Synthesizes mRNA again in same direction, that is 5 to 3 prime direction. Very important point this one. That is RNA polymerase synthesizes RNA in which direction? 5 to 3 prime direction. Okay, that is in replication also we saw, that is DNA polymerase also synthesizes new strand of DNA in 5 to 3 prime direction. Same here also. Now what happens when it synthesizes 5 to 3 direction, in the sense the strand which is having polarity 3 to 5 prime end, the strand which is having out of the 2 DNA strands, the strand which is having 3 to 5 polarity, 3 to 5 prime polarity, it will act as template, and the strand which have polarity 5 to 3 prime, it will act as coding strand. Listen here. Why it will act as template? Because the RNA polymerase synthesizes in which direction? 5 to 3 prime, means it is not suitable for that it is suitable, that is anti-parallel for you to 3 prime. Now whatever this is synthesized, this you can consider it as mRNA. So first how it starts, that is the RNA polymerase binds at the promoter site and then here synthesis starts. Now again how the names are given here. The naming to the transcription unit is given with respect to coding the strand. With respect to coding strand. What is that? I tell you. Here it requires a slight concentration. Please listen. Okay. Here the naming in transcription unit is given with respect to coding strand. These are basic things. Please listen carefully. Then only you will come to learn that is easily the further things. Now naming in the transcription unit DU give that is given with respect to coding strand. What is that? Coding strand is here. Now listen. Promoter site is at 5 prime end. Can you call like that? Actually promoter site is at 3 prime end. But we are introducing this transcription unit with respect to what? Coding strand. Means 5 prime end is here. We are referring which strand to describe this area, that is coding strand. That is 5th prime. You can call it as upstream. Coding strands 5th prime end, but also called as upstream means this upper part, upstream. So this region is considered as promoter. And next, coming to terminator part, terminator site. Again with respect to coding strand, that is at 3 prime end, but it will be considered as downstream. Downstream, remember this one. What is that? Promoter, which is the start of transcription, nothing but transcription start site. Okay. Now we are referring here or introducing this transcription unit with respect to what? Coding strand. So promoter site is at 5th prime end. 5th prime actually it is at 3 prime end, but we are considering with respect to what? Coding strand. So hence we are writing at 5 prime end. And we are writing also that is upstream, actually upper strand. And here we are writing terminator site with respect to coding strands and Dandaga, where it is going to represent, that is 3 prime end of coding strand, and you can also call that is downstream. So this is some concept here how to understand. Now comes here how that is RNA polymerase is going to bind at this site. How RNA polymerase is going to bind at this site. So before that I will tell you a concept which is given same example in NCERT. For example, ATGC. Again ATGC, this one. For example, this is one strand having 3 prime end and that is 5 prime end. Okay, this is nothing but DNA. Okay, one strand of DNA. Its complementary will be that is A pairing with T, T pairing with A, G with C, C and C with G. Like the same you can write here, that is TACG, TACG, TACG. Like there will be hydrogen bond pairing, you know all these things. So what will be the polarity of this strand? It will be 5 to 3 prime. You know all the antipolarity. Now here suppose same given in book with which strand acts as template, which is having polarity 3 to 5 prime. So here I am writing here template and it will be acting as coding. Now RNA synthesis takes place on which strand here? This strand. Simple example, question also given below this in the book. Can you make the RNA or synthesize the RNA regarding this template? Yes, of course. Instead of RNA polymerase synthesizes mRNA here from this copies from this template. In what way? That is adenine, where adenine is present, what is going to add there by RNA polymerase? Instead of thymine, uracil will be there. This is again the difference point. So T jote yav barodri A, G jote C, C jote G barodu. Same in case this is going to repeat because same sequence is here. That is UACG, UACG, UACG. So this strand which is formed, polarity will have 5 to 3 prime. 5 to 3 prime. Now listen here. The newly formed strand is nothing but our mRNA, which is produced from this template strand. Okay, now this is considered as coding strand which is not involved in transcription. Okay, now this strangely the word given in NCERT, this is coding for nothing. Actually, it is not coding for anything, but also we are naming as coding. Remember, don't get confused. Coding strand will not code for any mRNA synthesis. Only template strand code for mRNA synthesis. Now, here template strand have some alternate name. I will write here. A template also known as template or that is anti-sense strand, or also known as master strand. Now, after that, coding strand also known as, I will write here, sense strand, and template strand also known as anti-sense, opposite that. Okay. During transcription, this coding strand is displaced in the sense, for example, this is our DNA. I will write here rough. This is our DNA. Like this. During transcription, suppose this is acting as coding and this is acting as template. Which acts as template? It have polarity 5 to, that is that 3 to 5. Like that. It will have, the coding will have 5 to 3. Now during transcription, only one strand is engaged. That is about between the two strands of DNA, one strand is engaged. That too, one strands, one fragment or segment. This segment is engaged in the sense this part of coding strand. I will make it large. Now this acts as template. And now the coding is displaced. The same word given in NCERT, displaced during which process? Transcription. After completion of transcription, again these two get paired. So that is, it is displaced during transcription process. After that, now question comes here, how exactly this RNA polymerase enzyme recognizes the promoter site? That is again interesting. This strand, the template strand which is acting as template, that is one. So how it is going to be recognized as the template one, or how RNA polymerase is going to bind that promoter? That is by recognizing a particular sequence. Means I am talking about promoter site. Which part of DNA you can consider as promoter? Promoter sites are nothing but they have a particular sequence of bases. That is particular sequence of nitrogen bases. What is that particular sequence? In prokaryotes, very important for the entrance point. In prokaryotes, the promoter site contains which base sequence? That is TAT, can call as Tata at, but there is no space. TATAAT, Tata at. This is the six sequence base which acts as promoter site at which RNA polymerase comes and bind. Like in replication, helicase comes at Ori site. Okay, Ori site is actually again rich in AT content, means adenine, thymine. A and T rich content present in Ori site. Here at the promoter site, which particular sequence is found? TATAAT, that is Tata. You can call her Tata at this one. So this sequence is present in prokaryotes on the DNA, and where particularly RNA polymerase comes and binds and starts transcription. Here is given transcription starts. Here RNA polymerase comes, for example, this is our enzyme, and starts transcription. That time this strand is displaced. Coding strand is displaced. Okay, remember that point. Now this sequence also called as Pribnow box. Pribnow box. For example, this is prokaryotic DNA. You can call it as Pribnow box. Now in eukaryotes, this promoter site contains a sequence of 7 base pairs. Here it is 6 base pair, 7 base pairs. It is again also called as Tata box because 7 base pairs like this. TA again, that is triple A. Tata like. Okay, that is this is thymine, adenine, like 7 bases are there. At this particular point in the eukaryotic DNA, this RNA polymerase binds and starts transcription. This box is also called as Hogney's box. Please, these are very important for the entrance exam. Hogney's box, or that is Tata box, is a sequence which is found in the promoter sequence of which DNA? Eukaryotic DNA, which is made up of 7 base pairs, and in the prokaryotes, the promoter site is made with 6 bases. That is also called as Pribnow box. So promoter site is the site where what is going to bind? RNA polymerase. It provides a site for RNA polymerase to bind, to bind with it and start the process of transcription. Now what happens in case, suppose the sentence given in NCERT is here, by reversing or by replacing the position of promoter here, by replacing the position of promoter, because suppose this sequence is present at this site, suppose this sequence is present at this site, now it will act as promoter. It means we are reversing the definition of promoter and terminator. Here it will be, suppose here is Tata box, it will act as promoter and it will act as terminator, like that. On that basis, the template is decided. Template is decided in the sense which strand is going to act as template, that is based on presence of bases. Okay, that is position can be interchanged. After that, okay. What is function of that is promoter site? It provides the binding site for which enzyme? RNA polymerase, DNA dependent RNA polymerase. What here RNA polymerase is acting like? It is synthesizing the mRNA based on information present on template, that is DNA strand. Okay. In which direction RNA polymerase is synthesizing? 5 to 3' direction. Okay. After that, coming to transcription unit and gene. Okay. Transcription unit and gene. We will study it again after this one. Okay. Now listen, transcription unit and the gene. This is again heading given in NCERT. First, here in short I will tell gene. What is gene? Transcription unit you know already. How it is going to work we will listen here, okay, or learn here. Now listen. First, gene, what is that? Unit of heredity. Unit of heredity or inheritance, you can write. Inheritance. Okay. Now here, inheritance is a transfer of character. Now, here one word comes, cistron. Important word, cistron. Now what is cistron? It is nothing but gene only. It is gene only, that is genes are found on DNA. Cistron is nothing but again another name for gene, but when it is, the name is given as cistron, when it is, that is during transcription. During transcription the genes are considered as nothing but that is cistron, because cistrons is separate definition here, segment of DNA or fragment of DNA which code for polypeptide chain. Polypeptide chain. Now what is polypeptide? Protein chain. What is our intention? Here to produce a protein. That is our heading. Okay. Now from DNA, RNA form, that is transcription. From mRNA, okay, what is going to form? Protein. That process is called translation. Okay. Finally protein we are getting from DNA only. Okay. So segment of DNA. What is gene? Segment of DNA or fragment of DNA, but it is unit of heredity. Now same thing, that is which is present in DNA, we are naming as cistron. During which process? During transcription, genes nothing but considered as cistron. Segment of DNA which code for polypeptide chain. Now these segments, that is cistrons, in eukaryotes, they are named as monocistronic. Monocistronic. Mono means one. These monocistronic genes. For example, I will write here. This is one strand of DNA. By transcription, it is producing what? mRNA. And this is what? Template. Single strand I am writing here. This is acting as our template, but it has which type of cistron? Which is producing a mRNA. That mRNA is able to produce only one type of polypeptide chain. Only one type of polypeptide chain. Mono means one here. The cistron which can code for formation of only one type of polypeptide, that is nothing but monocistron. That is monocistronic. And that part we call monocistronic gene. What is monocistronic gene? The gene which can code only for this formation of one polypeptide chain. How it is going to code? For example, this is gene. This is now one monocistron. From this, by transcription, here process is transcription, because formation of RNA from DNA, transcription, mRNA form. And here it process what? Translation. Here it is in brief I am writing. It is again in detail in our further class. That is one type of polypeptide. Such genes are called monocistronic genes, which are found in what? Eukaryotes. And then these monocistronic genes are actually considered as split genes. Split genes. Now what is split gene? Split genes are the genes where, for example, after copying the mRNA from DNA, for example, this is our DNA template. By the process of transcription, what we got here with the help of RNA polymerase, we got here mRNA. Now in this DNA, in eukaryotic DNA, it contains both coding and non-coding parts. Coding as well as non-coding introns. Now listen, what is split gene? It is a gene which contains both exon and introns. Means here introns are not going to help for the formation of polypeptide chain, and hence such gene is called split gene. Split means jumping like. Here exons are interrupted by introns. For example, I will write here. Now this is dark part exon, light part intron. Again dark part exon, again light part intron. This is exon again. Now these parts are only helping in the formation of polypeptide, and hence these are called coding regions. This exon part is called coding, and this intron part, light drawn here, is non-coding actually. And the gene which is containing both exon and intron are called split gene, which are found only in eukaryotes. Which are found only in eukaryotes. Coming to prokaryotes, I will write here. Coming to prokaryotes, prokaryotic genes are considered as unsplit genes. Unsplit genes. First listen, we were started from monocystronic. Here in prokaryotes, polycystronic genes are found. Polycystronic genes are found. Means what? The name is given on what basis? Monocystronic, it will code for only one type of polypeptide chain. These polypeptide chains are nothing but protein molecule. Here in prokaryotes, since there is a small DNA, that is bacterial DNA, very small in size, so in that single DNA only they have which type of genes are cistron? Polycystronic. That is, they code for many polypeptide chain. Many polypeptide chain. Here in brief I will write here unsplit gene, or that is prokaryote. For example, this DNA, from this what we got? By the process of transcription we are getting mRNA. But remember, this DNA is which type? It contains unsplit genes. Means there are only what? Only exons. Means whole DNA is what? Coding in function. There is no any intervening sequence. Intervening sequence means introns, also known as intervening sequence. Okay. Now here exons are not interrupted by introns. The whole DNA in prokaryotic is coding DNA. Means these all dark parts are together. There is no interruption by introns. Hence prokaryotic genes are called as unsplit genes, and this mRNA will code for many polypeptide chains. Hence we are calling as polycystronic gene, because it is coding for that is many polypeptide chains. Poly means many. So this is the main difference between eukaryotic gene and prokaryotic gene. Prokaryotic genes are unsplit genes because they contains only exons, only coding part, and this gene act as polycystronic, because polycystronic word is it will produce many, a single mRNA or single gene used to formation of many polypeptide genes. In eukaryotes, that is monocystronic genes are present, means it contains both exon and intron. Only exon is coding part, intron is non-coding or intervening sequence, and hence such genes are called split genes. Monocystronic, it will produce only one type of polypeptide, and split gene was first time discovered by Richard, that is Richard J. Okay, name of the scientist who discovered split gene for the first time is Richard J. Okay, you can. Now, after this brief or basic information, our next topic will come how the transcription actually occurs with the help of RNA polymerase activity. Okay, again it is a enzyme mediated process. Again it is a different in eukaryote and different type in prokaryote. Okay. Okay, transcription in eukaryote is something again different. Transcription in prokaryote is again different from eukaryote. So it is enzyme mediated also. Along with the enzyme, few factors are involved like sigma factor, rho factor. Okay. So your next heading will be types of RNA. That is 3 types of RNA are there. By studying in brief, that is types of RNA, we will study this process in detail. Okay. Now transcription also follows which principle? DNA replication follows which principle? Complementarity. What is complementarity? By Charles' basic valence law, A will pair with T, G will pair with that, C, like that. Transcription also follows complementarity. Sorry, that is complementarity principle. Please read line by line, word by word NCERT. That is complementarity principle. On the principle of complementarity only this transcription process takes place. Which is our main enzyme here? RNA polymerase. RNA polymerase. So get the things clearly, and we will start in the next class the transcription.